Hello, everybody. Peter the Book Lover here, and this is Halls of Eight. This is where I talk about 8 of the books that I recently accumulated. Let's talk about these new books that I have. Hello. I'm Peter the Book Lover, and in these videos I talk about 8 of the most recent books that I've gotten. The best way to do haul videos is do it at 8 at a time. That way it's not that long of a video. And these are books that I've accumulated through the free book boxes that are in Chicago. In Chicago, scattered around the city, there are a lot of these book boxes. And I come across them quite often because I get sent on a lot of errands. And these are the books that I found. Now, I do not take a lot of books. I take only the books that I'm really interested in reading. So let's just get into these books. Now, before I get into the video, I want to thank everybody for being here. Welcome by. I'm glad that you're here and giving me your time. If you're new here, thank you for coming. I'm glad that you're to see you. And if you're coming back, welcome back. It's good to see you. I'm happy that you're all here. Thank you for giving me your time. And let's get into this haul. Now this is by various authors and stuff, so this does not have a running theme. Let's go cover the first book. Now the first book is by William Shakespeare. This is Julius Caesar. And I like Shakespeare a lot. So far I've read 2 books by him. I've read Romeo and Juliet and A Midsummer's Night Dream. I enjoyed both of those books, although I enjoyed Romeo and Juliet a lot more than A Midsummer's Night's Dream. But I really like Shakespeare's writing quite a bit. And yes, this is The Tragedy of Julius Caesar. I am looking forward to checking this out. Okay, the next one is a Christmas book. This one is The Best Christmas Pageant Ever by Barbara Robinson. And yeah, this is a story about a Christmas pageant. I'm not sure how good it is. I have not read this one, so this is going to be new to me. But it looks pretty interesting. This is a short read. Doesn't look like it's going to take me a long time to read. And it's going to be perfect at Christmas time. I look forward to reading this and checking this out. Okay, the next book is something that I passed by quite a bit. But every time I've seen this, this looked interesting to me. This is The Emperor's Riddle. And this is by Kat Zhang. And this looks pretty interesting. This is looks like a children's book. And I do like reading a lot of children's books. It's nice to take a break when you read something. Like right now I'm reading Moby Dick. And I plan on reading some other books that are very advanced with Moby Dick. And Moby Dick is an advanced book. And then I like to read these simple books. They're enjoyable to me. I really enjoy these simple books. And I look forward to checking this out. Okay, this book is by Daniel Defoe. This is Robinson Crusoe. And I have read this book before, and I enjoy this quite a bit. I have a copy of this in paperback, and I plan on putting that in the book box because now I have a hardcover copy of this, and I do plan on reading this again. This was a very interesting book. This is a story about a man that goes on an island, gets stranded on an island, and this guy does very well for himself. And then one day he runs into a footprint which leads to meeting a person named Friday, and Friday is a pretty interesting character. I enjoyed reading about his adventures with Friday, and I had a good time reading this, and I look forward to reading this again. Robinson Crusoe. Pretty interesting. Okay, now the next one is a movie that I've been looking forward to seeing. I have not seen the movie yet, but I'm going to watch the movie after I read this book. This is by John Grogan, Marley and Me. And yeah, this is a story about a dog, pretty much. and I guess a young married couple that have adventures with this dog. This is a dog lover type of story. I hear this has a sad ending, but a lot of these do. Although maybe a sad ending, but a happy ending, because a lot of times when it comes to a dog movie, the dog dies, but then afterwards a puppy appears. So it is kind of a happy ending, but yeah, you've got to go through the death of a dog. A death of any pet is pretty brutal in my opinion, but I still want to read this and check this out. Marley and Me. Okay, now I've not read any books by James Patterson. James Patterson is a writer, prolific writer. He's got every time I go to the library, I see a whole bunch of books by him. And this is actually a children's story, Dog Diaries. This is pretty much a diary of a dog, apparently. And this is going to be my introduction to James Patterson. And yes, he's got a lot of books, so I've been curious about him. A lot of people say that he's not a very good author, but maybe by me reading something that's kind of more inclined for children, I might enjoy it a little bit more. But yeah, Dog Diaries. Plus, it's set on the, it's from the mind of a dog, and I love dogs a lot. I'm a big fan of dogs, although I'm also a big fan of cats as well. Now, the next book that I'm going to show you is Mercy Watson by Kate DiCamillo. Now, I've read one story by Kate DiCamillo, and that was The Tale of Defoe, and I really love that book. That's a fantastic children's story, and I had a great time reading that. And this looks like another children's story, and I thought she did a fantastic job. So I'm looking at Mercy Watson Fights Crime, the story of a pig fighting crime. I'm looking forward to reading this. Okay, the last book that I'm going to talk about in this episode is another book by Kate DiCamillo. And this is The Tiger Rising. And this is a story about a kid that finds a tiger. And I read a little bit of this, and this looks very interesting. This is about a kid that finds a tiger that's abandoned, and I guess he befriends it. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I would love to read this story. This looks like a pretty interesting story, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. Okay, that's all the books I'm going to talk about in this haul. These are hauls of 8, so 8 books at a time. It makes it a pretty good length of a video. Not too long, not too short. I hope we had a good time talking about these books. If you've read any of these books, do me a favor, let me know what you think of them in the comments. And if you do not like them, don't worry, you're not going to sway me. Even if you say that you do not like these books, I'm still going to give them a shot. Although I still like hearing of people's opinions, and I am one of the type of people, if you disagree with me on a movie or on a book that I've read, I still want to check it out separately, because I might like what you don't like. And then there's things that I don't like I did a review of Zombies of Moro Tao, and somebody said that was like one of their favorite movies. Also, I didn't like Dog Soldiers, and there was a couple people that really enjoyed those movies, and I hope they understand that I just have a different opinion. I don't want to, insult you for liking something that I don't. Everybody has different tastes. Some people like chocolate ice cream, some people like vanilla more. I like Neapolitan because it's all three together. Okay, that's the video. I want to thank you for coming by. If you like the video, can you please give it a like? And also, if you can you please subscribe to the channel? That would really help me out. And I hope you're going to have a nice day, and I will see you next time. See ya.